Welcome to Auburn University's Spring 2015 Commencement Ceremony. We will begin our ceremony with the presentation of the colors. I ask that all gentlemen please remove your headdress for the presentation of the colors and during the national anthem. Please remain standing. March on, the colors. Mason Charles, who graduates today with a degree in vocal music education, will lead us in singing our national anthem. He will be accompanied by the Auburn University Graduation Band conducted by Dr. Rick Good, Director of Bands.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. Retire the colors. Please be seated. It is now my pleasure to introduce Auburn University's president, Dr. Jay Gooch.
Thank you. This is certainly a great day in the life of Auburn University. It's a great day in each of your lives, and I feel honored to be able to share it with you today. I want to formally welcome you to the Spring 2015 Commencement Ceremony. I'm going to introduce some members of the platform party. All of them will be introduced throughout the program, so some may not be standing at this time, but I will ask those that I call to stand. And if you will, hold your applause until they're all standing, and then we'll have a round of applause for them. So let me start with Ms. Sarah Newton, Auburn University Board of Trustees. Mr. Michael Demaribus, Auburn University Board of Trustees. Dr. Timothy Businger, Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs. Ms. Gretchen Van Valkenburg, Vice President of Alumni Affairs. Ms. Jane DeFalco Parker, Vice President for Development. Dr. John Mason, Vice President for Research and Economic Development. Dr. Bobby Woodard, Vice President for Student Affairs. Mr. William Bo Bird, Vice President of the Alumni Association. Ms. McKenna Doyle. Michelle is an Auburn graduate. She'll be our graduation speaker today, and you'll learn a bit more about her when she's introduced formally a little later. Ms. Bonnie McEwen, Dean of the Libraries. Dr. George Crandall, Associate Dean of the Graduate School. Dr. Paul Patterson, he's our Master of Ceremonies today, Associate Dean and Professor in the College of Agriculture. Dr. Pamela Ulrich, Graduation Marshal and the Under Armour Professor in the Department of Consumer and Design Sciences. Dr. Patricia Duffy, Chair of the University Senate. Lieutenant Colonel Scott Copeland, Commanding Officer, Army ROTC. Captain Paul Esposito, Commanding Officer of Navy ROTC. Lieutenant Colonel Jeffrey Hemmis, Air Force ROTC. Colonel Hemmis, this will be his last ceremony with us as in his role. He'll be transferring to the Air Force Space Command in Colorado Springs. Certainly want to thank him for his dedicated service to Auburn University and to our country. Mr. Rick Smith, graduation reader and lecturer from the School of Communications and Journalism. Mr. Steve Geis, speech interpretive specialist for students with disabilities. Let's have a round of applause for these individuals. At the very heart of any great university is the faculty, and we're fortunate today to have representatives of our faculty that are here. I would like to ask the faculty to stand and for us to give them a round of applause. Faculty, please rise. Thank you. I'd like the candidates for graduation to please rise. Come on, guys. Candidates for graduation, I would ask you to say thank you to all those that have helped you be here today. So please give them a round of applause. Please be seated. To our graduates, we're very proud of you. We value your determination. We value your sacrifice, your discipline, your intelligence, and that special Auburn spirit. You've earned a valuable degree that will be important to you both professionally and personally. Today you're joining a special family of Auburn graduates. Since our beginnings in 1856, Auburn has awarded a little over 3,000 degrees. Today we'll award, 300,000 degrees. A little bit later, you'll hear the alumni stand up and talk about the number of graduates, and it's far less than the number of degrees. Now, how can that be? A lot of Auburn people get more than one degree, so think about that. Today, we're going to award 3,780 degrees at the doctorate, master's, and baccalaureate level. I just want to simply say congratulations to each one of you, and War Eagle.
We are honored to have Michelle McKenna Doyle with us today to deliver our commencement address. Ms. McKenna Doyle is an Enterprise, Alabama native who came to Auburn with a love of football. She graduated from Auburn University in 1987 with a degree in accounting and began a 13-year career at Walt Disney Company and Walt Disney World in 1993. Eventually becoming Vice President of Information Technology in 2004. While working her way up the ladder at Disney, she also earned an MBA in Marketing and Finance from Rollins College in 1995. After serving as the Senior Vice President and Chief Information Officer for Syntex Destination Properties, Ms. McKenna Doyle returned to the world of theme parks, serving as the Senior Vice President and Chief Information Officer for Universal Orlando Resort. At Universal, she was part of the leadership team responsible for the design and launch of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter theme park. Following her time at Universal, Ms. McKenna Doyle became the Chief Information Officer at Constellation Energy in Baltimore, Maryland. Then, in 2012, she became the Chief Information Officer for the National Football League, combining her years of hard work and business savvy with her love of football. She is responsible for the league's technology strategy and implementation, and her influence is seen everywhere, from tablets on the sideline to entire Wi-Fi networks in NFL stadiums. With each technological innovation, she is changing how the game is played and enjoyed by fans. Please join me in welcoming Michelle McKenna Doyle back to Auburn.
Good afternoon. Board of Trustees, Dr. Good, faculty, families, and you, our graduating seniors. Thank you for asking me to be here with you on this very special day. I'm truly humbled and honored. I admit that when I sat in your seat many years ago as Michelle Robinette, I was a dreamer. I dreamed of doing big things. I'm pretty sure it never entailed standing here giving a commencement address. But nonetheless, here I am. Thinking about what to say to you today ended up being a soul-searching exercise for me. What could I possibly say to you that you hadn't already heard from the great teachers, mentors, or coaches of your life? What would leave a lasting impression? Initially, I started out by listening to other commencement addresses online, and after getting a bit intimidated, I said, well, maybe I'll think of another approach. Ask my friends and family. My college-age son helped me a little bit in editing it. Ultimately, though, I can only tell my story, so I ended up doing it my way. Hopefully you'll enjoy it as much as I'm enjoying being here with you today. Today, I'd like to share some thoughts about three things: remembering your past, always relishing your present, and keeping your eyes pointed firmly north. Referring to north here, not in the geographical sense, of course, as my true forever home is rooted right here in the South. Before we talk about our past, however, let us take a moment to be very present, here and now. I know all types of thoughts are running through your mind. You're most likely feeling a mixture of emotions: excitement, worry, melancholy, or maybe even boredom. I remember when I was sitting there, all I could think about was how bad the traffic would be getting out of Auburn if I didn't get going. So I'm standing here humbly talking to you, knowing that some of you are thinking about that. But even with all those things running through your mind, I think it's very important for you to pause for just a moment and allow yourself to be very present and very connected to one another. So for our graduates here, if you're comfortable doing so, please close your eyes for a moment and take the hand of the person next to you. I knew that would cause some giggles. I did this last few minutes ago. All right. As it gets quiet here, take a moment and know that this is your Auburn family. And while we will be together again, we'll never be exactly like we are right now. Think about the people you have connected to, remember your accomplishments, feel the pride you so deserve. There are moments in life when you must truly stop to smell the roses, and this is one of those moments. Okay, you can let go and open your eyes. I'm not going to have you do any yoga or breathing exercises, don't worry. That was the extent of those. But what I wanted to just briefly illustrate through that exercise, how important it is to stay connected. We're all connected on devices, and we know that, but staying connected to each other and feeling the importance of your present is of utmost importance. Because life has a way of dragging us back to the past are pushing us very hard to the future. But please remember to always be present in your life. If you're not, you may miss the joy, the pain, and the growth of becoming your true self. My past began as an amazing journey 50 years ago this month. It started on Rural Route 1 in Enterprise, Alabama, where blacktop roads crisscrossed with red dirt ones, where I shared a party phone line with my grandparents and my aunt. You can imagine how fun that was. And college seemed a million miles away. I would be the first in my family to attend college. I was extremely curious. I was an avid reader, and I wanted to learn more. And that curiosity brought me to Auburn to study. I'm often asked what exactly brought me to Auburn. And for that awesome decision, I have perhaps the best college athletics recruiter of all time to thank for that, Coach Pat Dye. Coach Dye was recruiting my brother to play college football, and Auburn grabbed my heart. I come from a Bama family, so it was truly going against the tide when I decided to attend Auburn. And while my brother did ultimately go to play for that other school, Coach Dye ended up coaching the only Robinette to make it to the NFL, and that would be me. While here at Auburn, I worked in athletics and dreamed of a way to combine my passion for the game of football with my career. Well, it took me a little while coming to the NFL just 3 seasons ago. But the foundation was laid right here in Auburn under the watchful eye of Coach Dye and Miss Sue Locklear. They were first to share the Auburn Creed with me. It has guided me throughout my life. It has stood the test of time. It's printed on the back of all your booklets today, and I'm sure you've seen it a million times. But I think if you pause a moment to really understand it and read it and use it as a guide for life, you'll find it very useful. I believe that this is a practical world and that I can count only on what I can earn. Therefore, I believe in work, hard work. I believe in education, which gives me the knowledge to work wisely, trains my mind and my hands to work skillfully. I believe in honesty and truthfulness. I believe in a sound mind and a sound body and a spirit that's not afraid, and in clean sports that develops these qualities. I believe in obedience to law. I believe in the human touch. I believe in my country because it's a land of freedom and because it's my own home, and that I can best serve my country by doing justly, loving mercifully, and walking humbly with my God. And because Auburn men and women believe in these things, I believe in Auburn and love it. Many things have changed since George Petrie wrote that creed in 1945. But one thing has not changed, and that is Auburn is a special place. And the moms and dads that decide to send their students here and the students that finish their education here are indeed a special people, and I'm honored to be one of you. So your past will form you, and what you have experienced in this special place will be part of that past, one to be honored, cherished, and hopefully shared to the world around you. Every triumph, every failure, every love, and every heartbreak will form you. Embrace your past, but don't live in it. Acknowledge that these experiences help shape you, but they do not define you. Your road to fulfillment will be a long and winding one. You may be sitting here today with your first job all lined up, or you found your passion and are going to go pursue it. Or you might be sitting there still figuring it out. But one thing all of you share today is that whatever you're thinking now will surely change. Be open to that change. Let the road of life take you where it leads, and you'll ultimately find your own true north. Finding my true north took time, but when I finally locked in, I realized it had been there all along, right in front of me. Charting your future begins with knowing what these guideposts are for you. For me, my true north is defined by making sure that I am always being a kind and caring person to others, being a good mother, sister, daughter, wife, and friend, believing in a caring and forgiving God, and finding new challenging ways to expand my mind. I have not always been able to say yes to all those, so I've not always been pointed north. That's okay. There are times when that will happen to you. But when you find that you're straying, that's when you know there's need for a change. You may not know yours exactly, and your goals will change and form over time, but that's okay. But as you go about your day today, take a moment to reflect on what things matter most to you and chart your own course to your own true north. This can't come from someone else. It has to come from within you by knowing yourself. To quote the great Frank Sinatra in his song, My Way, "For what is a man, what has he got? If not himself, then he has not." Go find your way, find your true self. Godspeed, and God bless you all. War Eagle.
Thank you, Ms. McKenna Doyle, for those inspiring remarks. It is now my privilege to recognize several groups of students who are graduating with academic honors. First, I would like to recognize those undergraduates who are graduating with honors based on their cumulative grade point average. Students with a grade point average between 3.4 and 3.59 graduate cum laude. I ask our cum laude degree candidates to please stand and be recognized. Please be seated. Students with a grade point average between 3.6 and 3.79 graduate magna cum laude. I'd like our magna cum laude degree candidates to please stand and be recognized. Please be seated. Students with a grade point average of 3.8 and above graduate summa cum laude. Would the summa cum laude degree candidates please stand and be recognized? Please be seated. 1979 marked the beginning of the honors program at Auburn University. In 1998, the program became the Honors College. Honors College students graduate with the distinction of the University Honors Scholar or Honors Scholar. Would all of those that have earned the distinction of University Honors Scholar or Honors Scholar please stand and be recognized? Please be seated. Phi Kappa Phi is Auburn University's highest all-discipline academic honorary, and members represent the top 10% of their colleges or schools academically. I now recognize those initiated into Phi Kappa Phi. Would you please stand? Thank you. Thank you. Please be seated. I would also like to recognize our military service members. Would those degree candidates who were recently commissioned into the military services please stand and be recognized? Please remain standing. I now ask that all active duty service members and all veterans in the arena please stand and be recognized. Thank you all for your service to our country. Would Dean George Flowers of the Graduate School please come forward?
Would Jeremy Dale Azell please stand? On behalf of the faculty of the Graduate School, I would like to introduce our student marshal, Jeremy Del Azel, who is receiving a Doctorate of Philosophy in Aviation and Supply Chain Management. Jeremy is from Auburn, Alabama. Now, would all the candidates for the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy please rise? Trustee Newton, President Googe, and Provost Businger, on behalf of the graduate faculty, it is my pleasure to present these degree candidates for the conferral of their degrees.
Stand again. By virtue of the authority vested in me as a member of the Board of Trustees at Auburn University, I do now confer upon you the doctor's degree to which you are entitled, with all the rights, privileges, and obligations thereunto pertaining. Congratulations. You may be seated.
Part of the tradition associated with the awarding of this degree is a special ceremony involving the presentation of a doctoral hood. Would the major professors of the doctoral candidates please escort your graduate to the stage to be hooded as Professor Smith calls their name. Members of the Registrar's Office will direct you to the stage.
Dr. Jeremy Del Azel, Major Professor Dr. Terry Bird. Dr. Leanne Kuhn, Major Professor Dr. Bird. Dr. Philippe Aldahir, Major Professor Dr. Scott McElroy. Dr. Xu Chen, Major Professor Dr. McElroy. Dr. Ahmed Saud Al-Sakoufi, Major Professor Dr. Rex Dunham.
Please join me in congratulating these new doctoral graduates. Would all the candidates for master's degrees please rise? Trustee Newton, President Googe, and Provost Businger, on behalf of the graduate faculty, it is my pleasure to present these master's candidates for the conferral of their degrees.
By the virtue of the authority vested in me as a member of the Board of Trustees of Auburn University, I do now confer upon each of you the degree into which you are entitled, with all the rights, privileges, and obligations thereunto pertaining. Please be seated.
Graduates will now come forward as Professor Smith calls your name. Members of the Registrar's Office will direct you to the stage.
Adam Clint Miller, posthumously accepting Adam's diploma, is his wife Stacy and son Isaac. Nicole Sloan, David Likens, Alan Gardner, Don Asbury, Eric Kwan, Rob Bergen, Lou Bufano, Rashad Smith, Anthony Ward, Jason Hammond Sr., Philip Hadley Jr., Steve Rempel, Gary Powell, Vincenzo Finazzola, Carl Sundin, Jeff Newton, Lucretia Williams, Whitney Merrill, Stephen Pearlstein, Robert Blythe, Kelly Smith, Scott Spivey, Justin Davenport, Marissa Looney, Abigail Misseldine, Joshua Childs, Emily McEwen, Rachel Intrican, Grace Tinkoff, Mary Kendrick McGrath, Daniel Bowman, Pamela Frank Hammond, Timothy Voss, Jeremy Goodman, Annette Bay, Amber Payne, Florence Holland, Karen Jackson, Zhao Wei Zhen, Julia Taylor, James Putman, Shen Liang, Shu Fei He, Jason Clark, David Freeman, Jessica Barenko, Samantha Peters, Erica Fluke, Jason Papasek, Nicholas Wachowski, Robin Cobb, Richard Waits, Nikhil Tamhani, James Spidell, Andrew Superstein, Michael Babick, Jason Fife, Roger Williams, Lee Allison, Gigi Al-Rashid, Yan King Tong, Patrick Snellings, Ching Li, Xiaodong Yan, Margaret Catherine Maynard, Thomas Houston, Lisa Bott, Frank Wilborn Jr., Ryan Wilson, Tyler Duetz, Clayton Porter, Harry Waugh, Asan Jiva, Carly Peters, Jeffrey Jutras, Stuart Pittman, Andrea Young, Lee Ingerson, Andrew Waxler, Zachary Reimer, Elizabeth Lodebike, Stuart Hartwell, Jasmine Morton, Joshua Carter, Rinje Zhu, Ray Harris, James Edwards Jr., Melinda Kelly, John Trewick, William Myers, Raymond McCormick Jr., Mark Stevenson, Stephen Thompson, Huang Tong Shen, Sally Altmeyer, Lauren Fair, Morgan Harper, Cole Carter, Joseph Bailey Jr., Hallie Lawrence, Jordan Callahan, Catherine McInerney, Tian Ren, Mingyu Chao, Abu Kulubale, Russell Wong, Gant Weeks, Vinay Mariappa, Vina Kalapagari, Jordan Utley, Jennifer Hamner, Hannah Wilson, Allison Schwinn, Candace Lawrence, Leah Peterson, Megan Boris, Catherine Prendergast, Matthew Siegfried, Jason Abair, Thornton Ratliff, James Smithson, Gabrielle Cavalier, Christina Berry, Marquelin Sigler, Ben Moore, David Walker,
Please join me in congratulating our new master's students. We now come to the conferring of the undergraduate degrees. Mr. President, the deans of the colleges and schools will come forward and present the candidates who have been approved by the faculty and recommended for the appropriate undergraduate degrees. The candidates of each college or school will stand when presented and then be seated. Dean William Batchelor, College of Agriculture.
Would Caitlin Elizabeth Duffy please stand? On behalf of the faculty in the College of Agriculture, I would like to introduce our student marshal, Caitlin Elizabeth Duffy, who is receiving a degree in environmental sciences. Caitlin is from 8 Mile, Alabama. Would all degree candidates from the College of Agriculture please rise? Trustee Newton, President Googe, and Provost Businger, on behalf of the faculty in the College of Agriculture, it is my pleasure to present these students for the conferral of the bachelor's degree.
Please be seated. Dean Bill Hardgrave, Raymond Harbert College of Business.
Would Morgan Taylor Burns please stand? On behalf of the faculty in the Raymond J. Harbert College of Business, I would like to introduce our student marshal, Morgan Taylor Burns, who is receiving a degree in supply chain management. Morgan is from Tallahassee, Florida. Would all degree candidates from the Raymond J. Harbert College of Business please rise? Trustee Newton, President Googe, and Provost Businger, on behalf of the faculty in the Raymond J. Harbert College of Business, it is my pleasure to present these students for the conferral of the bachelor's degree.
Please be seated. Would all candidates for interdisciplinary studies please rise? Trustee Newton, President Googe, on behalf of the faculty of the Interdisciplinary Studies program, it is my pleasure to present these students for the conferral of the degrees, of the bachelor's degrees.
Will all candidates for bachelor's degrees please stand? By virtue of the authority vested in me as a member of the Board of Trustees of Auburn University, I do now confer upon each of you the bachelor's degree to which you are entitled, with all rights, privileges, and obligations thereunto pertaining. Congratulations, and War Eagle. Please be seated. Graduates, you will come forward by your college or school to be introduced as Professor Smith calls your name. Members of the registrar's office will direct you to the stage.
The College of Agriculture, Dean William Batchelor. Sheila Martinez. Angelica Roberts, Matthew Golson, Cole Adkins, Andrea Nelson, Savannah Duke, Matthew Burrows, Kathleen Wallace, James Holmes, Aaron Fort, Olivia Greenway, Whitney McGee, Kendall Jones, Joseph Johnson, Samantha Seckler, Brady Peak, Wiley Bailey, Isaac Jones, Taylor Quick, Grace Drue, Wesley Meadow, Denzel Dees, Johnny Watts, Michael Torres, John Matulia, George Lucky, Alan Lowry, Christopher Ortis, Mark Hutcherson, Caitlin Duffy, Evan Reed, Matthew Helton, Sidney Holmes, Britton Garrett, Jennifer DeRoe, Kyle Owsley, Lane Sims, Jeremy Comer, Jacob Kendall, Kyle Bone, Christopher Combs, Meredith Hall, Jessica Bryers, Camille Crosby, Robert Rutland III, Samuel Pinion, Michael Murphy, Samuel Watley Coles, Sarah Gibson, Carrie Hickerson, Haley Brock, Aaron Landers, Margaret Pittman, Heather Humphreys, Stephanie Turner, Emily Halazinski, William Short, Kayla Sellers, Hannah Donaldson, Claudia Brown, Lindsay Leach, Rosa Cantrell, Cody Rose Smith, Erica McMillian, Dustin Hudson, Peyton Gilbert, Jamie Campbell, Casey Bloor, Amber Allen, Courtney Ennis, Douglas Christopher, Kelly Herman, James Longoria, Lindsay Merrill, Samantha Holton, Mariah Hyatt, Sarah Wohler, Justin Anderson, Ryan Harden, Jonathan Hibbert, Andrew Krinkle, Yizing Tian, Tony Holder II, Riley Shug, Elizabeth Caldwell, Taylor Hall, Zachary Hassler, Taylor Montgomery, Tracy Krause, Wilbur Ashman Jr., Elizabeth Hagan, Megan Boyles, Connie Fike, Rachel Thomas, Catherine Palado, Second Lieutenant Wesley Pate, Catherine Langlitz, Kristen Pegues, Jenna Platt, Leah Black, Morgan LePage, Taylor Wyatt, Shelby Bender, Fallon Whitley, Erica Highland, Will Moorhead, Madeline Dudley, Laura Cole, Ellen Leonard, John Fennell, James Mazzola, Andrew Jarrett, Kimberly Dowdy, Mackenzie Kirchner, Lexi Clark, Jasmine James, Sarah Jean Peterson, Brianna Patton, Catherine Wolf, Katie Waller, Mary Geyer, Daniel Bordix, Chelsea Neese, Sonia Cox, Caitlin Bello, William Nunley Jr., Teresa Langlois, Mallory Matthews, Judson Smith, Stephen Till, Jared Everett, Spencer Knoll, Hayden Olive Talley, the College of Business, Dean Bill Hardgrove, Ali Diron Latunde Addy, Timothy Watts, Brandon Cummings, Gary Daniel, John Cawthon, Ashley Weaver, Houston Harrison, Trevor Perman, Ryan Reese, Philip Hamilton, Nathaniel Madison, Samuel Stiles, Maxwell Coyle, Lydia White, Robert Brunstein, Eugene McManus III, John Pereira, David Freeman, Christopher Lewis, Charlotte Burns, Morgan Burns, Stanley Spence, Whitney Pierce, Matthew Bennett, Alexandra Mullen, Tyler Lehman, Andrew Katzer, Edwin Santos, John Park, Aaron Stewart, Madison Seals, Catherine Mormon, Carrie Morton, Kristen Jacoby, Lauren Blackwell, Caroline Whirley, Hannah Dozier, Jackson Hart, Hannah White, Bethany Cooley, Adelaide Whitehead, Torrance Tyson, Isaiah Trotman, Wyatt Shiflett, Roberto Lozier, Nicholas Herrick, Tommy Reeves, Ascari Rushing, Jasmine Petaway, Jacqueline George, Carson Stallnaker, Daniel Jones, Colin Clark, Lauren Bernalis, Christopher Parker, James Sappington, Chase Anderson, John McFeeters, Walker Gann, Alex Matthews, Justin Wood, Lance Yeager, Kelly Warren, Emmy Lane, Jessica Ryan, Catherine Isaac, Eva Luder, Caitlin Mogul, Kyle Gutteridge, Grant Parker, Audrey Sinkbell, Montana Saltzman, Ryan Ruff, Clayton Walker, Carl Dupree, Dustin Dye, Greg Gerhart, Collier Presnell, Richmond Gunter II, Daniel Barrio, Connor Graves, Parker Caldwell, Hadley Cannon, Emily Estes, Abigail Bullinger, Ophelia McDonald, Akila Williams, Kareem Ali, Michael Cox, Second Lieutenant Cole Finnerty, Second Lieutenant Brandon Thomas, Second Lieutenant Walter Bush V, Second Lieutenant David Woodard, Thomas Roth III, Carmen Littleton, Neil Kennebrew, Whit Strickland, Nathan Cole, Preston Bodner, Patrick Deist, Austin Panhans, William Clark, Tanner Scott, Colin Walker, Wade Swafford, Patrick Moore, Christopher Hahn Jr., Neil Radigan, Bennett Norris, Clayton Webb, Johnny Baumstark Jr., Tyler Broderick, Michael Grady, Duncan Harity, Chelsea Allen, Rachel Woodland, Benjamin Donahue, Patrick McDaniel, Ryan Akers, Richard Freimeyer Jr., Harrison Stahl, Kyle Thurman, Parker Beasley, Eric Swaim, Cooper Flanagan, Clayton Shable, Spencer Kinsella, Christopher Helmke, Joseph Warren, Garrett Keaton, Andrew Straffus, Russell Maughan, Joshua Parker, Russell Schrader, Danny Maggard, Patrick Haberstroh, Connor Harrington, Andrew DeVagno, William Smith, Zachary Simpson, Andrew Ballarud, Candace Scott, Catherine McCown, Nicholas Kolar, James Michael Lee, Aaron Dennis, Ryan Carter, Nathaniel Cathers, Harrison Smith, John Moorer, John McCrary, Francis Hernandez, Second Lieutenant Clark Kerner, Second Lieutenant Ryan Bearfield, Second Lieutenant Christopher Ingo, Second Lieutenant Frank Shaw IV, Austin Twilley, George Harrison IV, John McCulloch, Michael Fawcett, Stephanie Joyce Bonjeca, Jacob Word, Edward Milling, Audrey Long, Latashi McCants, Clay Terry, Andrew Renfro, Jay Bellingrath, Clayton Brasher, Barry Burkett, Logan Adams, Taryn Wilson, Carly Clark, Michael Reblin, Walter Haught, James Valenti, Matthew Carcaterra, Rachel Abel, Peter Lund, Blake Martin, Morgan Giddens, Evan Rutherford, Zachary Miller, Julie Flowers, Elena Lester, Elizabeth Ann Ray, Julie Carr, Johann Manning III, Allison Cook, Cassidy Healy, Moon Chang, Lauren Humphreys, Taylor Johnson, Ashley Griffin, Lucy Anderson, Patrick Snook, Samson Lastinger, John Summers III, John Gustafson, Emily McDougall, Blake Schutte, Jared Lockhart, Andrew Rowland, Daniel Stringfellow, Rachel Clement, Caitlin Burrow, Kristen Lindell, Rachel Mitkiff, Caroline Karcher, Madeline Smith, Shelby Schorsch, Carly Garnett, Claudette Oliver, Kelly Moran, Jashki Cow, Christopher Campbell, Catherine Skelton, Eric Roll, Weston Coker, Byron Ritchie, Hector Reyes, John Clemens, Paul Axtolis, Garrick Nelson, David Russell, Chelsea Gandy Cromer, David Jackson, Patrick Davis, Connor McKinney, Kimberly Sudo, Avery Dale, Janie Honor, Jackson Schuyler, Michael O'Lennon, Christopher Watson Jr., Keaton Loper, Joseph Pierce, Anderson Campbell, Alexander Kaveklis, Alec Bolton Jr., Mark Allen, Kevin Fraser, Melissa Welch, Catherine Hogreef, Colton Smith, John Bumpers, Davis Elliott, Caroline Kaminsky, Lindsay Clarko, Barrett Budd, Alexander Kozan, Scott Cleveland, Blair Kinnemer, Michael McCartney II, Davis Sims, Brigetta Dela Cruz, Evan Cox, Catherine Alford, Alexandra Fontana, Marissa Martinez, Ann Lopez, Corbin Hart, Aubrey Asmus, Tanner Vaughn, Parker Grissom, Daniel Callis, James McCurley III, Shannon Kelly, Robert Ruggiero, Michelle Bobb, Emily Yearout, Brett Baker, Madeline Plagenhoff, Andrew Zeman, Hillary Henderson, Lauren Prosifka, Marissa Bean, Spencer Martin, Nathan Wilson, Jordan Scales, Devin Aramashadu, Lillian Thompson, Teresa Ruff, Madeline Parsons, Samuel Busey, Brian Stone, Joel Coates, James Pruitt, Lance Poole, Allison Stewart, Clay Fleming, Amanda Swan, Francis Hicks, Rebecca Mock, Sarah Allen, Lindsay Ripa, Benjamin Walker, Alexander Miller, Clay Finkelstein, Colton McKinney, Christian Gibbons, Christopher Houston, Daniel Rudy, Mark Goldstein, Kevin Schultz, Ryan Cody, Kyle Marchuk, Kristen Matthews, Victoria Molchan, Jessica Harris, Claire Ham, Margaret Elizabeth McDaniel, Julie Johnston, Reagan Bircher, Cade Smith, Thomas Zorn, Taylor Morris, Amanda Gwynn, Alexandra Eisman, Christina Jackson, Julianne Harkness, Kate Rubino, Caroline Foray, Mary Catherine Hale, Rebecca Sowell, Lisa Elkin, Alexis Tringus, Danielle Simone Marbury, Allison Dix, Rhonda Eady, Vincent McNeely, A.J. Richardson, David Wisdom, Alexander Davis, Connor Patterson, Patrick Tisdale, Tyler Reynolds, John Keogh III, Sloan Wallace, Sarah Kelly, Kendall Myers, Claire Woodall, Molly Sheffield, Robert Davis Jr., Davis Faught, Ryan O'Connor, Neil Fredrickson, Kyle Moore, Philip Boyd, Amy Shaw, Laurel Brown, Emily Espy, Mercedes Fox, Paige Dean, Elizabeth Adlich, Jillian Lieber, Lauren Woodham, Austin Langston, Rebecca Davis, Michael Watson, Ethan Hill, Farrell Marsh, Brooke Lantroop, Charles Ullman, Wesley Stearns, Julia Maligue, Sean Clark, Tyner Kinslow, Matthew McCarthy, Russell Anderson, John Ladaga, Colin McIntyre, Nicholas Whitry, Jeffrey Bush, Jake Owens, Bethany Hyde, Olivia Arnold, Caroline Mitchell, Brittany Jones, Leanna Eisen, David Mettleman, Austin Barnhill, Micah Mills, Nicholas Saad, Matthew Davidson, Ryan Detweiler, Anna Bonner, Catherine Pariseau, Catherine Wilson, Blake Duhame, Taylor Peterson, Brandon Walta, Kendall Schilling, Trevor Nelson, Katie Shelton, Daly Foster, Kelly Jones, Brooke Josepher, Nathan Schnitzline, Jackson Adams, Julian Owen, Michael O'Malley, Lance Livingston, Brittany Smith, Michael Green, Jarvis Workhaven, Adam Crosby, Andrew Fry, Michael Hitt, Clifton Bruce III, Samuel Christopher, Peyton Bristow, Lauren Williams, Catherine Briley, Sloan Bell, John Canada, Joseph West, Brenda Fiacco, Helen Wessinger, Claire Robinson, Sarah Martin, Megan Curran, Kevin Hogan Behrens, Evan Browning, Alexander Hancock, Brandon Steverson, Matthew Montgomery, Gregory Meeks, Andrew Stanley, Ton Gwynn, Kelsey Carmichael, Michael Bozio, Hunter Lanier, Clark Hatcher-Worthy Jr., James Watkins, Devin Moore, Richard Palmetto, Jeffrey Hamrick, Joseph Mora IV, Denson Dean, Joseph Kujan, Walter Ramos, Wesley Thaxton, Dagny Jewell, Brian Linhart, Keo Stinson, Blake Bearden Sobrian, Hannah Stooksbury, Christopher Williford, Kenneth Walker III, Thomas Hargett, Michael Cody, Brianna Summer, Andrea Venable, Courtney Howe, Andrew Harris, Thomas Godwin, Robert Houston, Michael Pelfrey, John Mason, Braden Smith, John McDermott, Jared Olson, Michael Felderworth, Zachary Shore, Jordan Lewis, Ryan Barker, Tyler Richardson, Jacob Burke, Bar Yonker, Christopher Olin, Zachary Smith, Bianca Webb, Sasha Jeffers, Isaac James, Elizabeth Thomas, Taylor Miller, Jackson Russell, Daniel Brower, Interdisciplinary Studies Provost Timothy Businger, Daniela Munoz Rogers, Carol Reynolds, Hillary Dean. Sarah Catherine Enzor. Joshua Aliati. Sheila West. Alexandra Paskowitz. Victoria Lundstrom. Catherine Polnitz. Jaleesa Lockhart. Sarah Hirschfeld. Lauren Mercer. Larry Stutz II.
Graduates, you are now part of the Auburn alumni family. Mr. Bo Bird will now bring greetings to you from the Auburn Alumni Association. Mr. Bird is the proud father of our SGA President, Walker Bird. Please welcome Mr. Bird.
Thank you, Dr. Patterson. Man, this is a fun group. Well, what are y'all doing after this? I want to hang out with all y'all. This is fun. Hey, tomorrow is Mother's Day, right? So let's thank all the moms out there. Let's give a hand to all the moms. I'm honored to have a chance to be here with you guys today on what a great day. The excitement you're feeling today is perhaps only matched by the excitement you had when you first arrived at Auburn University. Your smiling faces back then may have been tempered by the sad faces on your parents. Well, look around today, and I'm sure there's smiling faces of your parents today. Congratulations on reaching this milestone in your life. Congratulations to your parents, your family, your relatives who are here today to celebrate this with you. And now begins the next chapter of your life. Wherever you go, wherever you do throughout the years, remember Auburn played a role in preparing you for your future. You became a member of the Auburn family when you decided to attend Auburn University. And as of today, you're one of the proud, amazing group of approximately 201 men and women who've graduated from our beloved university. We have CEOs, generals, admirals, astronauts, veterinarians, athletes, teachers, nurses, engineers, doctors, attorneys, pharmacists, statesmen, everyday folks who are the bedrocks of our cities, towns, and communities. Would all the Auburn alumni that are here, would y'all please stand up? Recognize y'all, everybody? Well, y'all are all alumni. That's right. Thank you. You may be seated. The men and women of the Auburn family share core values: hard work, honesty and truthfulness, mutual helpfulness, a spirit unafraid. These values sound familiar because they are taken from the Auburn Creed, which ends with the statement, "And because Auburn men and women believe in these things, I believe in Auburn and love it." When you leave Auburn and spread across Alabama, the entire country, and even destinations around the world, you will find that truly living the Auburn Creed will set you apart from your peers and will allow you to succeed in your chosen careers. I strongly encourage each of you to begin giving back to Auburn University, just like Auburn has given back to you, by being connected with your respective colleges and in joining the Auburn Alumni Association. There are nearly 100 alumni clubs throughout the country to join, participate in young alumni activities, and connect with other alumni and friends in your community. In addition to providing social opportunities, these clubs raise much-needed scholarship funds for the next generation of Auburn men and women. I am proud and humbled to share this great day with you guys and this personal achievement that y'all are fulfilling. And it's my hope that each one of you believe in Auburn and love it. Once again, congratulations. God bless you, and War Eagle.
Thank you, Mr. Byrd. As we conclude our ceremony, I would like to take a moment for us to recognize those who made this day possible. Please join me in thanking Auburn University's Graduation Committee and all of those who have worked to make this commencement ceremony a success. And finally, graduates, thank you for choosing Auburn University. It has been our pleasure to serve you as educators, mentors, and friends. May you experience a truly successful life. You may now turn your tassels to the left. Congratulations and War Eagle. We will conclude our ceremony with the singing of the Alma Mater led by Mason Charles. Would everyone please stand and remain standing until the platform party, faculty, and new doctors have recessed from the arena. Students, you may drop off your cap and gown as you exit to your right. Please rise.
On the rolling plains of Dixie, 'neath its sun-kissed sky, proudly stands our alma mater, banners high. To thy name we'll sing thy praise from hearts that love so true, and pledge to thee our loyalty the ages through. We hail thee, Auburn, and we vow to work for thy just fame, and hold in memory as we do now thy chant.